So hi everyone, my name is Fiona. Thank you for joining us today with the Start Your Journey Sask webinar for Saskatchewan students. Again, my name is Fiona. I'll be talking about the admission process, the different programs at UCalgary, different residents that we have, meal plan, a lot more. So without further ado, let me get started. I would first like to take this moment to acknowledge the traditional territories of the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising of the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations. The city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. I do have Viewbooks here on the screen for all of you to scan. Feel free to take your cameras out and scan the QR code. It will just take you to a helpful digital viewbook of all of the information that I'll essentially be talking about today. Very helpful to look back at, and I'll give you a couple seconds here. If you ever do want to find another copy of our Viewbook, or you would also like to look at some other helpful resources, you can go to UCalgary.ca, helpful resources, and there is a list of our resources, whether that's our blog, our Viewbook, how to submit your transcripts, and so much more. All right, moving on from this slide now. So to talk a little bit about Alberta, if you haven't been to Alberta yet, that is perfectly okay. I'm actually from Saskatchewan myself, so I grew up and I have lived in Saskatchewan all my life before moving over to Alberta. And I am a person who knows that between Alberta and Saskatchewan, the biggest difference is definitely the Rocky Mountains over here in Alberta. Alberta has gorgeous Rocky Mountains, and we are home to 5 national parks. If you've ever been to Banff or heard of Banff, Banff is definitely one of them. We're also the 4th largest population in Canada, so this is perfect for making new friends, but also networking and connecting with different employers. My personal favorite, however, is the no provincial sales tax. So again, coming from Saskatchewan, I was used to paying 11% every single time I bought something, and that's all I've ever known. But then I came over to Alberta and I now pay 5%, and it does help save you a lot of money in the long run, believe it or not. A little bit more about Calgary. So Calgary is the #1 most livable city in North America and #5 in the world, and that is mostly due to the cleanliness and safetiness of the city. Very clean city, very safe city. We're also ranked #2 lowest cost of living in Canada, #9 in North America. And if you are thinking moving away from home and you are thinking and wondering about the different costs and stressed about how costly it can be and how expensive it can be, don't worry. Calgary is actually relatively affordable for living. Rent is relatively affordable, so is the cost of eating. Again, we are ranked #2 lowest cost of living in Canada, so Calgary is a great choice to consider when thinking of moving away from home. We're also the highest concentration of high-tech workers in Canada and #2 in Canada for most small businesses. So this is perfect for any individuals who are looking for a lot of job opportunities in the tech field, or maybe they're looking to start a business here. A lot of good opportunities in Calgary for you to do all of that. A picture here on the screen is actually our downtown view of Calgary. So it's a very, very sunny downtown, and Calgary is actually Canada's sunniest major city with 333 sunny days per year. That is a lot of sun, perfect for vitamin D, but helping you to get up in the mornings as well. The sun is shining really bright in your room, helping you get up for those early 8 a.m. lectures or maybe for a nice hike later in the day. We also have these warm Chinook winds that can warm up the temperature by up to 15 degrees. And they're exactly what they sound like. They're just warm winds that come into the city. And you could really well be wearing a winter jacket, maybe in the morning, and taking it off during the noontime because it just did get so hot. We have a lot of new food to try out. We are home to 9 of Canada's top 100 restaurants, the Calgary Tower, the gorgeous Bow River if you would like to swim in it or walk alongside of it. Calgary Stampede. There really is just a lot for everyone to do in Calgary. On the next slide that is coming up here, it is going to be the University of Calgary's main campus. The University of Calgary does have 5 campuses, but this is the main campus and most likely the one you'll be studying at. On the right bottom of the screen, you can scan a QR code and it will take you to a Google Street View, and you can view the campus on a 360-degree photos and look at look at what each building looks like, but don't worry, we'll definitely be talking about it right now, of course, as well. So we do have a transit station right on campus for students, and this is really convenient. It's very accessible. It's a few steps away from all your classes. And what's great about having a transit station right on campus is it's not only convenient, but we actually give students unlimited use of the public transit with something called a U-Pass. So with your U-Pass, you can take transit anywhere you would like, anytime you would like, however many times you would like. 15 minutes away from downtown, so it's super, super close to go to downtown. We also have a market mall that is really close by on campus, a few blocks away. You could either walk there or you could take public transit, but it's super convenient if you need to buy a last minute outfit for maybe a business presentation, you want to go shopping during the weekend, whatever it may be, it's super, super close. We also have a McCune Student Center right on campus, and this is a great, great building because it has all of your support, accessibilities, and services right in there. We have a doctor, optometrist, dentist, counselor, chiropractor, masseuse, a gym, so much more just in the McCune Student Center right there available for students that they never have to leave campus for. A Taylor Family Digital Library, which is a 6-story library. The higher you go up, the quieter it gets. So it's perfect for midterm and final exam season, but also a great place to get your homework done, collaborate with friends on your group projects. Overall, a great building. Residence and dining center is also right on campus, and we'll talk a little bit more about our residence on the next slide, but super close to campus. It is connected by underground tunnels. Similarly, the whole campus is connected by some indoor tunnels and plus 15, so you can avoid walking outside in the winter times if you would wish to. There's a lot of different greenery on campus, perfect for walking outside, taking some fresh air in, a break from studying, even studying outside if you wish, but it's a great campus to be with a lot to explore right on campus. So for our residents, we actually have something called a 2-year residence guarantee. And what this means is that if you apply by May 1st, 2022, we can guarantee you 2 years in residence. And we do have double and single rooms. So for your double rooms, if you know somebody coming to UCalgary, you can definitely choose a room with them, or you can do a matching service where you'll answer a bunch of different questions, and then we'll try to match you with a lifelong friend. There are also single rooms available if you do want a little bit more privacy, but I do encourage you that if you are living on residence, apply sooner rather than later, and definitely apply by that May 1st, 2022 2-year residence guarantee timeline. We also have a all-you-can-eat meal plan that is mandatory for all students who are living on campus to buy, and that meets all different dietary options, whether you're halal, vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free. There are so many different healthy options. There's a salad bar, different stir-fry stations, pizza, endless pizza to eat, sandwiches, and it constantly switches every meal as well as daily. So there's a lot to try out and a lot to eat. Campus is a great idea to live on if you want to be closer to your classes and labs, avoid the commute, but also really get to understand campus a lot better. You'll begin to know the ins and outs of campus by the next week because you are living on campus. It's also super, super close to all the world-class facilities, dietary resources, and health services that you never have to leave campus right for, and a great opportunity to meet new friends as well. They host different theme nights, like community dinners, as well as going to different sporting events together. So a great opportunity to live on campus. While it's super important to try to focus on getting good grades in your first year, it's also super important to try to elevate your first year experience as much as you can. And what I mean by that is to partake in different activities and events going all year round, hosted by the student union, different Dinos games, different clubs. We have so many things going on campus daily that you can really find fun and take a break from studying and go ahead and enjoy. So for our student union events that you see there on the screen with a dog and puppy, it's actually called our pet therapy. So the student union hosts pet therapy, and it's exactly what it sounds like. They bring pets, dogs and puppies to campus for students to play with in form of therapy to hopefully relieve some stress during midterm and final exam season. We also have a clubs week, which is 1 week solely dedicated to clubs to showcase themselves. There's hobby-specific ones, faculty-specific ones, over 300 clubs for you to join. And clubs are really a great way to meet new friends, maybe get some experience to put on your resume. We have a lot of Dinos games going all year round as well, from wrestling, volleyball, basketball, and our most popular ones are our Crow Child Classic and our Kickoff. So our Kickoff is a football game and our Crow Child Classic is a hockey game. And these games are not only fun, where you can meet new friends, take a break from studying, but you can also wear your Dino gear and potentially win free tuition, which is really, really cool. We have a lot of different volunteer opportunities and experiences for you to get your hands on as well, from our community garden, UCalgary Cares program, our emerging leaders program. There is just so much to do on campus that I really encourage you to seek and find and do for yourself. So as I was mentioning, we do have over 300 student clubs right out there on campus, and it does range from hobby specific to faculty specific. So if you are looking for maybe something that is more like your hobby, whether that's photography, maybe you really like board games or coffee, definitely there are clubs available for that as well. But if you're maybe looking for a faculty specific one, whether that's engineering, business, or health science, those clubs are available as well. If you do want to find a list of our clubs, you're more than welcome to look at our student union list of clubs or scan the QR code on the bottom right there to learn more. And if you do happen to go through all 300 of our clubs and don't find one for you, you can actually create your own club as well by going to a student union with a few of your buddies, and they will actually give you some money to fund your own and start your own club. You can also get your club recognized. So for a community service award, we actually gave it to our Birthday Wishes Club. And what that club was, where they hosted different birthday parties for different kids and different charities. So there really is just a lot going on campus, different clubs doing a lot of different things. And before I move on from clubs, there's just one more thing I want to talk about on the slide, and that is the weird little bean-shaped card that you see there on the screen in the first circle. And what that is actually a solar car. So this solar car is just created and designed and built by the Solar Car Club, and they build these cars to compete and race against other solar cars. And our solar car club actually beat out Harvard's solar car. So super, super, super cool. And just goes to show you how involved and how much cool stuff you can do by joining a club. We also encourage students to stay active and be active throughout their degree. And as students, it's really easy to fall into a pattern where you are constantly studying and you don't even realize that you've been studying for so long and haven't gotten up, whether that's to walk, whether that's around even just to stand up. And we have so many different amenities and activities to make sure that not only are you standing up or taking a walk, but you're also staying active throughout your degree. Staying active is perfect for a little break between studying and then going right back after, where you get active from the aquatic center, fitness center, gymnastics center, Olympic Oval, racket center, outdoor center, our sports teams, our fitness classes, sports clubs. There's really a lot on campus for you to stay active and be active. Our fitness center has 2 levels to it, and the first level is your main machinery, free weights, and our second level actually has a big running track with some more machinery up there as well. Our Olympic Oval is known as the fastest ice in the world, so if you ever want to test out the fastest ice in the world, you can definitely feel free to during public skating times. And lastly, another little amenity I want to talk about is actually our outdoor center, which is not little at all. It's actually the largest of its kind in North America. And what this essentially means is that we have any sporting equipment, any sporting activity or sport that you would like to do. So if you would like to go hiking one day, but you don't have hiking poles or hiking boots, you can definitely rent them at the outdoor center for a discount as well, because you are students. So definitely take advantage of that. If you want to go kayaking, but you don't have kayaks, they also have kayaks right available on campus for you as well. So please take advantage of it. Stay active, be active, because it's all included in your fees and it's a great time as well. At UCalgary, we also have a lot of different study abroad opportunities in more than 45 countries. And if you're not sure what study abroad is, it's where you can earn credits towards your UCalgary degree while studying in a different country. And what's great about our studying program at University of Calgary is that we make it super, super affordable for students by allowing them to pay UCalgary tuition and fees when they study abroad. So it's almost like studying in the city with us, but you could be in Singapore, opening your laptop to do an assignment there. If you are interested in it, please feel free to scan the QR code. Studying abroad opportunities is most likely something you'll be doing in your second or third year, so you definitely have a lot of time to still think about it, but it doesn't hurt anyone to start learning more about it now. So definitely feel free to look it up online or scanning the QR code. We also want to express as many hands-on learning and hands-on opportunity for our students. There's something called work integrated learning. And if you're not sure what work integrated learning is, it's opportunities, whether that's through cooperative education programs, internships, practicums, paid research, where you can gain hands-on learning experience. There's so many different paid positions in different faculties like arts, science, engineering, and business. And a lot of our recent placements and employers include Amazon, UN Association of Canada, Suncor, a lot of different oil and gas companies, And all of these work and career learning opportunities are just perfect for you to prepare and see what that work is like before you graduate, figure out if it's something that you like, and see what it's like before you really test it out after post-grad. Another great thing is a lot of these employers that are hiring students for internships may be looking to hire the students full-time after. So you could very well go into an internship and then have the employer guarantee you a job before you even graduate, which is job security right there. And the University of Calgary does have an outstanding employment rate of 94%. At UCalgary, we also have a lot of different student support, accessibility, and services right on campus that you really never have to leave for. And I talked a little bit about our student wellness services already, where we really have everything located in the McCune Student Center, whether that's a counselor, a doctor, optometrist, dentist, optometrist, masseuse, chiropractor. They're right there, right on campus that you never have to leave for. And it's super convenient. It's super accessible. You could really get your teeth cleaned in between classes, get a checkup by the doctor after your class, whatever is convenient for you, because there really is no commute. It's right there on campus where all your classes are, where all of everything is. So it's super easy, super nice. We also have an amazing career services, and this is a dedicated team for any interview workshops, any resume and cover letter support, or even career advising. They're really there to help you excel and exceed in your careers, whether you still don't know what you want your career to be, or maybe you want to have some help preparing for an interview for a different career. They are the best people to talk to. We also have an incredible student success center right available on campus, and they are there really to help students succeed, whether that's through writing support, academic advising, if you're not really sure if your program is the right fit for you, any peer-led study sessions, mentoring, tutoring. They are the perfect people to reach out to, and an amazing financial aid office for applying for funding. Maybe you need help for student loans, educational workshops, the leadership and student engagement office for volunteer opportunities, Q Center, Writing Simple Lodge. Amazing support services right on campus for you to utilize and take advantage of. We are also home of the Dinos here at UCalgary, and I wish I had my little Rex here to show you, but he is there in a little circle, and he's such an amazing mascot. And if you are interested in becoming a Dino student athlete, you can connect to the coaches by going to godinos.com. They'll maybe ask you to send a highlight video or let you know when open tryouts are, but definitely go to godinos.com to connect with the coaches. If you're not interested in becoming a Dino student athlete, that is okay. Again, it is just as fun going to the games and supporting the Dinos, getting to wear Dino merch, but also to cheer on the Dinos and potentially maybe win some free tuition. Here is the portion of our programs at UCalgary, and there is 8 faculties here shown on the screen, whether that's from our Faculty of Arts, Science, Business, Engineering, Kinesiology, Education, Nursing, and Medicine. And just to give you a little bit of highlights of some programs here at UCalgary, our Faculty of Kinesiology is the #1 sports science school in North America. Our Haskins School of Business, Schulich School of Engineering, and Cummings School of Medicine, Workland School of Education are all named faculty. Our Haskins School of Business has a lot of hands-on working experience through case competition, business presentations, industry professors, for you to really gain the knowledge from a professor who has experience in that industry. Schulich School of Engineering has a lot of different labs for you to gain hands-on experience. Internships, our Faculty of Nursing has a great nursing simulator. Cummings School of Medicine has great medicine programs if you would like to get into them. Our Bachelor of Health Science, and so much more. And that is just a little bit of a background of our many faculties. And under these faculties, we actually have over 250 undergraduate programs to explore, and they will all be available on the next screen here. So here is our Faculty of Arts. If you do find yourself interested in more than one faculty or more than one program, I do encourage you to look into something called a combined degree, which is 2 degrees in a minimum of 5 years, or adding a minor, or even doing an embedded certificate. There are a lot of ways to really enhance your degree at UCalgary. But again, this is the Faculty of Arts here on the screen for you. Our Bachelor of Commerce, our business program, Faculty of Science, Cummings School of Medicine, and Faculty of Nursing is on this screen. Workland School of Education, if you're interested in becoming a teacher. Schulich School of Engineering, Faculty of Kinesiology, and then our programs requiring previous post-secondary on the right there. So these programs are still available at UCalgary. They are just not direct entry from high school. So you do need some post-secondary experience and education before applying into these programs. And is your law school, med school, becoming an architect, social work, vet med, all of them again are available at UCalgary. And if you are interested in applying for these programs, please connect with me. I'd love to talk to you and guide you along the right path of success to getting into these programs. So talking about our programs, how do you really apply to our programs? So if you are in grade 12 right now, our application is open for you and has been open as of October 1st, which is a little bit more than a month ago now. Please submit an application sooner rather than later. The later that you do wait in the admission cycle, the more likely these seats are filling up in your program. When you do submit an application, you are eligible to apply for 2 programs. So please make sure you submit an application for 2 programs. If we're unable to give you an offer for your first program choice, we'll look at your second program choice in the meantime. And there is an application fee. So please make sure you also submit and confirm that your application fee has moved forward so we can look at your application. Admission to each program is competitive and based on 5 faculty-specific high school subjects. So these 5 specific high school subjects and competitive means that we're only looking at each student solely for their grades and just looking at 5 faculty-specific high school subjects for that grade. Some programs might also have additional requirements on top of that. So for a Bachelor of Health Science, we do need to see a supplementary essay. Our Fine Arts, Dance, and Music auditions are required. And for Fine Arts Visual Studies, a portfolio is required. All students must also demonstrate English language proficiency, and as students in Canadian high school, if you have attended for 3 years, you'll automatically meet this, but if you are worried that you won't meet this, please connect with me and then we can talk about your English language proficiency. Just an example of how admission can be very specific to each major, my favorite to use is a Bachelor of Arts in Law and Society and a Bachelor of Science in Engineering. So for a Bachelor of Arts in Law and Society, we just need to see in English, 3 approved courses, and a 5th approved course or option. So it's very flexible of what courses we can see because it's just approved courses and really specifically in English. For a Bachelor of Science in Engineering, however, it's not too flexible. It's very specific of what specific courses that we need to see and what specific courses we're using in your admission average right there. So it is a contrast between the two. So that's why it is super, super key to know what your admission requirements are. If you don't know, please let us know. Connect to our team so that we can help you figure it out. If you do have more approved courses available for us to look at, we'll always use the highest grade for your approved courses. And if you don't have a calculus for a Bachelor of Science Engineering, we will be looking at you for a higher admission average. So super key things to remember and note. If you do have your transcripts ahead of time and you have them and they're ready to go to submit, please submit them sooner rather than later so we can move forward with your application and start evaluating you for your program. But for whatever reason, if you can't get them into us ahead of time and early, we do have transcript deadlines for you to meet. So our March 15, 2022 deadline is when we need to see an initial transcript uploaded to your student center to move forward with your application. If it is not uploaded by March 15, 2022, you do risk getting your application canceled. So again, if you do have these ahead of time, please submit them sooner rather than later. For your August 1st, 2022 deadline, that is for your final official transcript that must be mailed and received by us, the Office of the Registrar, to finalize your offer. So please make sure that you have that all set up and ready to go. And at any point, if you are confused or are worried of what we need to see from you, you can log into your Student Center by going to my.ucalgary.ca, going to your student and accessing something called your to-do list. And on your to-do list, it'll list every document and transcript we need to see from you to move your application forward. If you have achieved excellence outside of your academics or have overcome significant hardships, you can seek admission under the diverse qualifications process. So diverse qualifications process is for students, again, who has achieved excellence outside of your academics or have overcome significant hardships. And all of these diverse qualifications process applications are reviewed on a case-by-case basis. So if you are wishing to apply for it, but you're not really sure what it still entails, you can definitely connect with us, my team, to get a little bit more information on that diverse qualifications process. This is the portion of your application where you can really stand out and really highlight yourself as a student. and this is through your undergraduate awards. So what's great about our undergraduate awards application is that you do not need an offer of admission to apply for awards. You can apply for awards as soon as you submit an application to UCalgary. And again, this is where you can really showcase who you are as a student from your different clubs, extracurricular activities, volunteer experiences, and there are so many different awards and so much money to be won. So I definitely encourage you to take advantage of it. And there's essentially 3 different categories of awards that I will be getting into today. The first one is our automatic admission awards, and these ones are ones that you do not have to apply for. You'll be automatically considered for these when you submit an application to UCalgary. Again, no application is needed. We'll look at you for these awards as soon as you submit an application to UCalgary. Our second category of awards is our high school luncheon awards, and these ones are ones that you do have to submit an application to. It is only one application, however, to be considered for all of the different awards. The deadline is March 1st, 2022. Again, it's super easy. It's one application to be considered for all of these different awards. So please submit an application sooner rather than later for us to see what you are eligible to win. March 1st, 2022 is the deadline. Our last category of awards is our prestige awards, and these ones can go fairly high in value, but the application deadline is coming up a lot closer for these ones, December 1st, 2021 of this year. So a little bit less than a month away from there. And really, again, you do not need an offer of admission to apply for these awards. You can submit an award right away, submit an application award right away, and anyone could really be holding the $100,000 scholarship. So again, take advantage of this free money and apply for the awards. We have also outlined your approximate cost for your first year from September to April. That is 2 semesters at UCalgary, fall and winter, from tuition, general fees, books and supplies, living expenses, and spending money, average first year room cost, and the 7-day all-you-care-to-eat meal plan for a grand total on the bottom of the screen. This grand total can definitely differ and change if maybe you're not thinking of living on residence, or maybe you're not thinking of doing full-time course load. So if you are wanting a more specific estimate, you are more than welcome to use our student cost estimator tool. Just go to ucalgary.ca, type in student cost estimator tool, and you can pick, choose, and select your expenses on your own for a more specific estimate and a more specific grand total. Lastly, I want to leave you off with our important dates. So our October 1st date has already passed. That is the most exciting one of all, and that is when our undergraduate application has opened. Again, if you haven't submitted an application, please submit one sooner rather than later. Please apply to your different awards and scholarship applications before deadline. If you are thinking of applying for residence, that application opens up on January 1st. Please submit an application for residence, apply and submit and upload your different documents and transcripts by the deadline. And the most exciting time frame of all is your May 1st and August 1st to August 30th time frame, when we can finalize your offer by receiving your final official transcript and hopefully see you in the fall 22 September start of next year. And that is it for me. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. If you do have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask them, or you can type them in the chat. And thank you so much for listening to me. Before everyone goes, I do want to share this contact information slide with my email as well as our social media. Feel free to follow us on our social media to see what our students are up to, as well as to learn more about our campus. Connect with me through email. You can also book a one-on-one meeting with me, whether that's through phone call or Zoom. And I'm really here for any pre-application support, post-application support, whatever you need. No question is too random. No question is too silly. Please direct all your questions to me. And again, thank you so much for attending tonight's webinar. If you do have any questions, please feel free to stay and ask them to me.